So max head, big weight in the back, 14 gram as standard, so that's sitting nice and far back from the club face. Off-centre hits aren't going to get twisted as much. A really nice profile of head, sits behind the ball beautifully. Doesn't sit like really closed or anything. If you need that, look at the Cleveland, but in the Srixon, it's a nice clean looking club. Loads of forgiveness at the back.
Yeah.
First thing I'm going to have a bash with is the Srixon ZXi MAX. We've got 9 degree, standard flat, Tour D, 6X indeed. I'm going diamond, I've decided.
What, following some testing or?
Yeah, so I haven't actually hit the driver yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be diamond because I want the wedges to spin.
Okay.
Stay on the green.
Yeah.
I want the irons, my iron spin is just a little bit low, so it just holds it a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And then basically just do whatever I need to do.
Well, that's where the diamond's good because it's kind of like a hybrid ball in some ways, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
And I found like there's a bit less separation from the Z-Star and the Z-Star XV. They're a bit closer together.
Okay.
And then the diamond just goes, oh, I'm over here.
Yeah.
So I'm okay. Right, I haven't had any warm-ups. That looks all right.
Footprint's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I wouldn't expect a max head to actually like sit. I would expect it to go.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's on flat, so that suits my eye better.
Yeah, but
anyway.
also you still classic Srixon. You've still got a little bit of open face angle as well.
Yeah.
So it's not like
it's not.
You know, you think max driver and you think corrective, don't you? You think high forgiveness and you think corrective, but there isn't any of that going on.
No, so it's still like a better player can happily grab that and go in, and then you've
100%.
got 14 grams at the back.
Yeah.
This end.
Yeah.
So sort of same idea as Cleveland in terms of where it is, just a more classic look.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. I haven't swung a club today. Oh, what are you doing back there? Even that though, spins way lower than I thought. Nice.
Shot, mate.
Come on, we'll get into a few. 2,700, okay. So it is a little bit higher. What would you expect from the ball driver-wise? Lower or higher spin than a Z-Star?
Oh, driver-wise, yeah, I expect it to be just a touch higher.
Okay, cool. So then because I feel the benefit in that with irons and wedges, I'll do what I can with the driver to bring it back down.
Maybe knock it down a touch.
So that's why, like, fitting-wise, it's good to get fitted with your golf ball.
Oh, 100%, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you want that partnership there, don't you?
Yeah.
Shot, mate.
And if you get fitted on a range ball, like, don't know what's going to happen on final result.
Yeah, no, there's an element of that.
We're getting there, like, 5 yards at a time.
See how it's not, this can't be classed as even a mid-spin driver in my book. It's still on the lowest side, mate, isn't it?
So that was thin, so that'll be a little bit higher. But I would expect like some 3000s to pop out.
Yeah.
If I haven't ever hit it before and you had to guess.
Yeah.
288, nice. It doesn't feel like it escapes too far away.
No.
Launch is low. I reckon the LS is going to be better. But that is impressive.
So.
Easy.
Well, mate, that's the thing. I think it's and it's, you know, we kind of used the ping analogy a little bit in that good drive. That you've got a G430, G440 Max.
Yep.
Which is a forgiving driver, and has got a bit of corrective technology in some way, and in general spins it a touch higher for that reason.
Yeah.
So they need an LST in the range to drop the spin down.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean that an LST is a complete low spin bomber.
No, it's just
but it's
lower
there as a lower than the Max.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're starting with our Max, which could, with the right combination, could be classed as almost a low spin driver anyway.
Yeah. You've just got something else that just goes, oh, I'm a little bit more.
100%.
Yeah. But I mean, like, peak height 122. Good, bad, indifferent.
Decent.
Decent.
When you look at that, 277, 295.
It's straight.
It ain't moving, mate.
Obviously, the first shot was a bit off because I've not swung a club yet, but
there's very little shape to
I don't feel like this is going anywhere but the fairway, really.
No.
See, I'm going to like squeeze one down a little bit more. And that will get the spin up. Oh, I don't like that. 3,900. But if I could do that swing with an LS and
Yeah.
bring that flight down, then I could confidently
Builds in a
swing
bit
that
of
way.
safety, doesn't it?
Whereas like the way I've been swinging to date has been a lot more like this side of the ball,
Okay.
up and through, so then you get that high sky one, but a different pattern
Yeah.
completely. I wouldn't mind being able to just flick between the two. So obviously it wasn't ideal.
And that's all, from a profile point of view, that's also where you've got your max is a little bit shorter crown to sole.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Slightly more of a squashed sort of shape. Maybe a little bit more like sort of ZX5 was compared to ZX7. Where you've got that deeper profile in ZX7. And you're gonna get the
ZX7 was squatted that way and taller that way.
Absolutely, yeah. You're gonna get the odd player who maybe wants to play around with T height a little bit. So then like that slightly deeper face maybe lends itself to that, whereas I suppose in some ways that's maybe a little bit more one-dimensional when it comes to its.
Yeah. When I was playing around with shorter tees the other day, I just lost too much in the flight. So it's like, okay, maybe I could swing that way with some different shafts and stuff we've got here and get more out of it, or scrap the idea and only do that 3-wood all the way down.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to dance around a little bit because I don't mind it. I like that. Shaft feels absolutely solid. Can I hit one in Gen 5 6.5?
You can.
You got that? So I'll go same settings just to see how that compares. Because the Gen 5 I hit
When you
the
got
other
70
week
gram though at the moment.
Yeah, cool. Just that this is a little bit heavier than this on paper.
Just a touch. Flat again.
Yes, please. I just prefer the way it sits. The only thing I don't like is the graphics go on top, but I can deal with that. Nice, thank you.
There you go, fun.
So same head, ZXi MAX, standard shaft. So the last shot I got there was 280 carry, going up to 300. Spin was top end of the 2000s. Ball speed getting up as I got faster. Well, again, it just sits nice behind the ball there. Peak height 120. So I compared the Gen 4 to the Gen 5 shafts, and there'd be a much bigger difference than I thought there'd be.
Oh, really?
Whereas on paper it's Gen 4, Gen 5. It should be about the same. But Gen 5 felt more stable at the tip, and it sort of launched a bit higher. Gen 4 definitely penetrated more. Yeah, I like this. Feels quite easy to get through the ball. 270, still kicking around that 3,000 mark.
And you've gone up, what we got, 9 grams of weight extra?
Yeah, peak height's gone up 16 foot, which isn't too bad. It's still carrying quite nicely. What sort of like spin and launch would you sort of go for at that sort of ball speed?
Yeah, I think launch angle's about right for that sort of ball speed. I'd just like to see it maybe. You'd like to take 300 RPM off, wouldn't you, really? Yeah.
I mean, the head's just, just
like,
there. Almost then just using the shaft to try and manipulate like what height and stuff we get from it. Yeah. 2,800 spin, carries rocking around the 277 mark. Not bad, not bad. One more with this, and then we'll go. Should we go ZXi? Yeah, by all means, yeah. I'm not missing many fairways with that. Oh no, I pushed it. Like grouping wise, there's a few in the bunker there, they were just early swings, and the rest are just there. Yeah. Like, and I've not struck them all up the middle. 100%. You're still just covering the fairway. I think it's really nice. And then when you chuck on the fact that we could take the 14 gram out and go down to maybe an 8 or a 10, which could maybe in turn obviously bring the spin down a little bit. Yeah, yeah. But would you lose mass? The footprint of the head, like there's still going to be a decent element of forgiveness there. Yeah. I think there's some good options there, mate, in the max head. Yeah. So max head, big weight in the back, 14 gram as standard. So that's sitting nice and far back from the club face. Off-centre hits aren't going to get twisted as much. Really nice profile of head, sits behind the ball beautifully. Doesn't sit like really closed or anything. If you need that, look at the Cleveland. But in the Srixon, it's a nice clean looking club. Loads of forgiveness right at the back. Yeah. By all means, it's a good bit of kit. Let's have a look at how the ZXi compares. So ZXi 9 degree. Thank you. Wood. So we've got 10, I'm going to move this I'm going to move this. So 10 grams in the heel, 4 grams in the toe. Now I've always preferred more weight in the toe. I don't know if it's mental. 10 in there, 4 in there. So we're going to go in the DI6. DI6.
Going back, yeah?
Yeah, DI6. I wonder if I hit each head in this same shaft.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Just a good feeling shaft.
It's one of the few, the DI, one of the kind of the few out there that are pegged as high launch, low spin.
Okay.
To be interesting to see as we move down the heads or up the heads.
To see how it changes, yeah. What's the upcharge on that? 200 and something extra for the DI6. Could definitely be worth it.
Nice to get the Hideki vibes as well, mate.
Matching. Like, there's a bit of give in it, which I like. So it's not a rod.
No, definitely not, no.
Still got some like feel to it.
Yeah.
Oh, toe slap. So I put the weight in the toe.
Okay.
So I've always just preferred drivers that have that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's any actual rhyme or reason to it, but I just feel more confident that side because I've always moved the ball like to the left too much.
Yeah, it's fair.
It doesn't look that dissimilar to the Max.
No.
From above.
Shaping's very similar.
Yeah.
Skirt's a little bit lower, so it's like it drops a little bit at the back compared to the Max, obviously, because you got that weight. Got that weight back there. But yeah, profile-wise, very similar. Just a smidge more open.
Yeah.
Than the Max will sit.
Push the first couple. Shouldn't be too different feel-wise. Unless that weight in the heel and toe weighting has got more difference than it had before in the ZX7. There we go. Getting up there. I draw spin 2,300, launch 15. Carries getting up as I go. That wasn't even that fast. 159. That's more like it.
Swing, mate. So
again, I tend to just draw. That's more like it.
Here we go.
310, here we go. And I think I feel like
just fall into the left slightly.
Just fall into the left, spin just down to that 2,500. Speed, speed was up on that as well. So you get lower spin and more speed, and it just. But I think that's more me than the club head. To be fair. But very inviting head, like it looks good behind the ball. I can almost like feel that weight being in the toe a bit more. Apart from that, I've had the odd one that does that. Hang on.
Switching them back.
Switching them back. Just because I liked it 10 years ago doesn't mean it's useful now. Do you remember the Ping i15?
Oh, lovely, yeah. That sat nice and open as well.
Sat nice and open. It was the first like toe-weighted internal driver. I had a few of them. I think I got one, got rid of it for whatever reason, went, I want it again.
Classic, mate. We've all done that. Still doing it now.
And you know Rick Shields and Peter Finch do that like golf bidder challenge.
Okay, yeah.
I'd be going straight to one of them.
Yeah. I wonder why they went away from that kind of...
Probably because it's not their market.
That kind of I range and the G range kind of worked quite well, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, in the woods, I don't think the I range was their market. They're trying to compete with a different clientele that probably weren't Ping people.
Yeah, I suppose.
They're Titleist people, they're nowadays Srixon people.
Yeah.
And I think like to appeal to more golfers, you need to have like a low spin option.
100%.
Like you were saying, you had to fight tooth and nail last year to get the LS in the UK.
Definitely, yeah.
Without the LS, it would have been...
Yeah, and even if it's not like an amazing seller from a sales point of view,
just having it.
It brings people to the brand.
Oh, that was awful. Yeah, it's definitely the weights in that making it do it. I don't think my feel is that superior, but it does feel different.
Yeah.
With the weights different. It's basically the same as what it was in the toe. But I've done tests on weight placement before. Yeah. The more torque and twist you have in the shaft, the more that makes a difference. Yeah. So when you've got a shaft that's quite low torque, it's just I'd rather like put the weight on the toe or the heel if someone leans strike-wise one way or the other. Yeah. So I'd rather get the mass behind the off-centre hit.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, like you said, I think
sticking at 2.5 spin-wise. So 287 carry, that's nice. Yeah, I like it. I have to commit more to it. With the Max, I can be a little bit more lazy.
Yeah.
And get away with it. This one, I've got to just wake up for 316 sound. What's the carry on that?
Spin's really good.
Yeah, so the more that spin comes down.
That's lovely.
And speed wasn't even that much faster, but spin comes down to 2,400 and then 293 carry.
That's lovely.
Now that is the problem because I've been carrying my 3-wood 250 at best.
Okay.
So I can't have nearly 50 yards of jump. Well, I can, I just don't want that.
Yeah.
But with a 3-wood, I can't get here and get up there and get that same flight. But if I could just eke a little bit more out of the 3-wood, it could be a different loft, different shafts. Yeah. Or just accept it's 250.
Now that we've got the adjustability in the fairway, you could look at a strong 3, couldn't you? And we could maybe nudge that around a little bit. Or the 3-wood going down.
Yeah.
You don't want to see it go
and I think like
left.
I quite like this in flat setting. If I go the 3-wood down in loft, it's going to sit more open.
Yeah.
So if I could have 13.5 on flat.
As is. Yeah.
So it's the same as the driver, then it's a bit more uniform.
Yeah.
If that gives me the yardage, then
yeah, get that.
Happy days. And it's nice to do this with you boys here because I've got 9° LS, 10.5 ZXi, 10.5 Max in my demo kit, so I can't quite do ZXi to LS toe to toe. But all of these are 9 degrees.
Just have to order some more, mate, won't you?
LS me up. 9° LS. Standard flat.
So obviously the LS from last year was a bit mental.
Yeah.
Like
sales wise.
And a bit like we touched on before with the ping kind of analogy. It's not like 5 and 7 were like high spin drivers, so we necessarily needed an LS.
Yeah.
What we were finding was a lot of the tour guys were using had kind of ended up actually footprint wise had actually ended up in ZX5 as opposed to ZX7. Yeah. And then there was a lot of kind of jiggery pokery going on with ZX5 heads, hot melting, getting some weight towards the front to take a little bit of spin off. Yeah. Hence your ZX5 LS.
Yeah.
But now the ZX5 LS from last year, as you know, it certainly wasn't a spinny driver. Yeah. But the one thing you maybe lacked a little bit was because we didn't have any kind of stabilizing weight at the back. It was just, let's put it all at the front. Yeah. When you get it out the middle, it's unbelievable, and it doesn't spin. But
off centre, it didn't have anything.
Yeah. Even though it was in a ZX5 head, you didn't get much forgiveness at all, really.
Yeah, fair.
So there's a bit of a stabilisation impact there with that extra weight at the back.
I hit some of my longest drives with the ZX5 LS.
Oh, mate,
it went like a train.
If you're going to go in a long drive comp, you're probably going to use the LS driver, aren't you?
Yeah.
But
yeah. So I had a few silly swings with the ZXi that just snuck out there, but it is up here because I've got that lower spin going there. Some golfers need more spin, some golfers need less spin. I need less. And this is where the LS comes in. I already want to hit it harder. Already I'm like, right, come on. I just felt myself, I didn't have that feeling with the Max. I wasn't like, this is going to go. But I know like it's very accurate as a driver.
Oh, absolutely.
This, I'm like, right, you're going. Ooh, little lean to the left.
Makes a different sound.
Carried though, innit? 292.
Different sound straight away.
Right, don't want that much curve. That was a loose swing. Probably say like...
Fairway finder.
I probably do get more just creep to the top and just pop up a little bit. Because that face is a little bit shallower. If I just use a lower tee, that's not a problem. So yeah, I probably did find last year there's a couple of them just popped out. And I was like, oh, okay, but I'm so used to using a high tee and doing that, I do want to go down and squeeze a bit more, but
makes sense.
I don't want to sacrifice 30 yards.
No.
It's hard.
It's a tough sell, mate, that.
Like Kyle, we've gone to lower tee and we've squeezed the ball out more, and his suppressed flight and swing is more accurate, more repeatable, but his suppression comes back towards 320. So he's still carrying it 300 and going 320 at like 175 ball speeds, touching 180. If I do that, I'm dropping back I've got to like change the efficiency of my flight to keep up with him because
Yeah, makes a big difference.
he beats me.
That's the last thing we want, mate.
No. Nah, that was me.
It's noticeable how it sounds.
Yes.
Different.
Yeah, definitely a different noise.
Not bad, not good. It just is different.
Just different, yeah. That was a slinger. Right, so can we flick a few different shafts in?
Yeah.
I've already like put this down and gone, right, come on. So I'm treating it very differently to the Max.
Yeah.
But I'll just hit one that's actually pick a target in the distance. Nah. What else we got? I like that shaft on the other heads.
Do you want to go back to the Gen 5? We got
do one Gen 5.
Got a TR blue Velicore.
Ooh, TR blue. Ah, Mizu.
Yeah, Mizu 6X.
Mizu, yes.
The most even profile going.
I've got one here. So I've got one here with mid-size +4, but I don't want to change the grip and the shaft for testing purposes. So Miyazaki, Mizu just there, not Mizuno, just Mizu. So we've got that in a 6X, and then the bend profile is 6666. So the bend profile on these shafts is to do with the 4 parts of the shaft and how they bend. So when you've got like 8, 4, 3, 2, you've got not much movement down here and more movement down here. This is an even profile along the whole thing. And I've had a go with this before and it is really, really quite nice. Let's see what it's like on the newer head. Oh, I like the feel. It's the new truth. I'm getting a bit more draw. It spins down to 2000. Obviously I turned it over so that will spin less.
Yeah.
Height's lower at 103. Obviously I de-lofted it. Let's get a normal shot in. I'm just creeping that way.
They are all just a touch left side, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, if it's in the trees, I want to be 287 up there in the trees. Okay, that'll stop it turning. And the flat setting helps as well. So if I go standard, and then it's more likely to get there direction-wise. There he is. Still in the air.
You're more comfortable doing it flat rather than kind of face angle or face angle?
Yeah, I'd rather do that because I don't want to de-loft it too much. Because I'm not going to do that on other clubs as well. I don't want it to be like too far away from the other ones.
No, that's okay. Just where they're going up to like 10 and a half and coming back down again.
Yeah. If I did that, to be fair, it might be easier to potentially, if I change my swing, I could put the loft back up to squeeze it more. At the minute, I'm just more comfortable here. So I'd have a bit more room to do that.
Yeah.
Like I had the ZX5 LS in 8-degree head that I was using for a while, but I had to be this side, I had to be launching as high as I could, and it worked really well. But if I wasn't warmed up, it was dead. Yeah. Because it was too much. Yeah. But then I had no other option. So like 10.5 head on lower. Actually, can we try that next? Let me get one more with this. Yep. Because if I'm looking at loft, I'm gonna want to do it differently. Want to concentrate? It's fine. That's a lovely feeling shaft, and I definitely think more people need to get into the Miyazaki shafts. Oh, spin back up a little bit. 141 peak height. Oh, I feel like that wants to be lower. We'll go and play with my dad at Southwold on a links course. Actually, wind behind, that'll be fine. And into wind, probably going to hit a driving iron anyway.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah. So if I go LS in 10.5, weight of the front lower, and 1.5 lower now instead of
come down, yeah.
So we get a bit more from that.
And every click is half a degree for loft, half a degree for lie angle, and half a degree for face angle. So they're all aligned.
So it's just bop instead of, I don't know.
So, yeah, absolutely. Well, no, 100%, yeah.
So I'd always routinely
like you know it's lower, but
all the way that way or all the way that way, just because you knew that was what it was. Yeah. And if you got the wrong click back, then you'd be like,
absolutely.
Was it that one or that one or?
I've done a cheat sheet.
Yeah.
So I'll send it over to you. You can just have it on the.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Just stick it somewhere.
Yeah, sound. Again, it's
just so you know, but at least you've got at least now, because instead you know going up, you know, going up that we're closing it.
Yeah.
But what I'm actually closing it to, where did it start, you know, etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
If it's just do-do-do.
It's nice to know. And also, but that's
So-
the other thing is that because we're starting open anyway.
Yeah.
There's a bit of comfort for people if you do need to go up in loft, but you're going to get people who they don't want to see it pointing left.
Yeah.
They don't see the head pointing left. Oh no, don't want it. Don't want it straight away.
Don't want to look at it.
You know that you're not actually closing it, but you're closing it from where it starts.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's
so you're
comforting as
reducing
well.
how open it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that already, like, it does sit more open on the lower loft, but I'm used to that because historically I'd have hit a big draw. So again, like the Ping i15 back in the day was first one that kind of like sat that way. Oh, yeah, okay, right. This feels more inviting to squeeze instead of scoop.
Yeah.
There. I can cover the ball a bit more. Oh, it's just...
It's nice, mate. Good swing.
It's nice. It's not exciting. I want to hit it 320. Like,
Do you like the shaft?
I like the feel of the shaft, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's just easier than some others. Like there's my drawback, and then it's spinning at 2,000 instead of 2,800.
That's lovely. That's really nice.
290 odd carry, and
There we go. What did you just say?
I don't want to sacrifice that.
So. Nice.
So I don't need 8 degrees to get that. I can do it with 10.5, sitting more open, so it just mitigates my draw a little bit more. 296 carry, yeah, I like that.
That's lovely, mate.
Yeah.
And like you say, maybe starting in the higher lofted one, but coming
And
down,
bringing it
you've just
down.
got a bit more scope if things change
If I
slightly.
do actually get my technique in place,
Yeah.
and work that out, but then I'm going to sacrifice 30 yards, which I don't want to do. I'd rather just lose 50 yards to a 3-wood. Right, go on, that's absolutely bang on. This is nice. Just commit. Ah, I pulled it.
Pitching on the line, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah, I pulled it left. 2 yards. Yeah, I don't want to give that away. I know how that feels.
That's lovely.
I feel more confident with lower loft on the settings. I was maybe worried that it would sit too open or it would be too lofted sort of thing. And like even on the 8-degree head, like I was, and 2,300 spin, it's like the highest it sort of gets to. It's not costing me anything.
No.
299 carry again, which is when I first tried this shaft, that's just what I was getting. We just get it more often. Peak height's 122, I thought that'd be... So that's actually better on this on lower than it was 9-degree
It is.
flat. And it's that confidence of delivery, but it is a little bit more familiar to have it on lower.
Well, I was thinking if straight away it ticks a box from a visual point of view.
Yeah. Why'd you do that?
Probably because I was talking, mate, as you were taking it away.
Oh no, that's...
But if
Never an
visually it
excuse.
ticks a box straight away,
Yeah. Yeah.
Massive,
well,
isn't it?
actually,
massive.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. So when it's sitting open, I feel like I can actually commit through the ball. Whereas if it's not sitting open, like sometimes it's like, oh, it's going to go left.
Yeah.
Again, that's very player specific. Actually, don't mind the ball moving that way. Obviously, it's not ideal, but
No, it's fine. Safe enough, mate.
yeah. You come along onto a hole, the wind's coming off the left. Still 286 carry. It's that push fade normally creeps up in spin, and it's still 2.5.
It's held it nicely.
So say I'm under pressure and I need to aim at that bunker and move it off that bunker. Like that.
It's lovely, that.
I'll probably play that shot a lot on the course.
It's lovely.
Carrying in the 290s consistently. Can we go Velocore TR?
Of course we can.
Because I don't have these extra goodies normally. That was nice. I didn't even fade it.
Yeah.
I've more aimed left and hit a push. But again, 2,350 spin, 292 carry, very nice.
And it looks nice from there as well,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah,
It's got a bit of shelf appeal.
yeah. So Ross was just saying, like, it just looks nice, like sitting on the shelf, sitting there. Jump in the comments. What does it remind you of? Does it make you think of another brand? Let me know. Oh, that already feels. Actually, it feels More wobbly than I thought it would. 6X, okay. I've not actually used the TR that much. It's just the odd one that's been traded in. Blue TR 6X. I'm expecting it to feel hard, but it doesn't feel, there's a bit of go in it. Velocore is low torque. So slap this on the outside of the head and it's more forgiving. In theory. Oh, okay. That's not that harsh.
I think they feel quite playable, mate.
Yeah. Almost feel like it's bending this end.
Yeah.
Like any play in it's going that way and then it's like down here, no.
Yeah, I think it's quite playable.
Feels nice. 272, ball speed's down, strike was, well that's it. The launch and spin for that on a missed strike is 14 launch, 2,600 spin for having had half a golf ball on the face.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. That. Not that. And then you get that. That's easy through the ball. Smooth. I've lost a bit of ball speed with it. And I feel like the TR, I've normally associated the TR with like aggressive loaders.
Yep.
And then the normal Velocore for like the smoother transition players. And I feel like I'm a bit more tuned into the non-TR. But it's nice to hit it, just see what it does.
Absolutely.
Like I like it, and if I had one in a driver, I'd happily use it. I feel like I was getting more out of the Mizu.
100%.
Like it's,
I think it's just a touch.
smooth and easy, and
it's just a touch soft, mate.
Go on, let's do like an aggressive backswing. Yeah, like it wants that load. I don't want to swing it like that, but that's what I feel like it needs. Ooh, let's go one big bomber. I can appreciate the shaft, but I don't like the feel of it. But everyone's
not quite right for you, mate.
No.
It's nice to see it in action.
Yeah, the strike's just a little bit off. Shaft bends, shaft releases into the ball. Sometimes the shaft just matches your sort of pace and tempo better than something else. Sometimes it's a nice shaft, but it's just not quite right. 10.5, full on lower.
Quite like it.
Quite like it. What I'll have to play around with is slightly shorter length and a heavier weight in the head, just out of curiosity. Have we got extra weights today?
I haven't, mate, no. Only the ones that we can pinch from the other head models.
I'll do that at a later date. Because I've already got a Mizu, I'll chop one of them down and do a head-to-head. What you got there?
Back to the Mizu.
Cool, sound.
Or do you want to go back to the Gen 5 and try the Gen 5 in it?
Oh yeah, actually on that 10.5, because I didn't do that before, did I? Yeah, okay. So I like the Gen 5, but in the 6.5 it feels good, it feels nice. It's similar sort of feeling as the Mizu, but obviously it's not the same shaft. Different brands, different ideas.
Mizu feels great.
So the Miyazaki stuff is only available in Srixon Cleveland.
It is.
If they were to go into other brands, I think they would be, like they would...
Significant upcharge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd see it very similar as to what your Velocore is, your graphite design, whatever it might be. That kind of, you know, it would sit in the premium upgrade category.
I'm not surprised.
All made by hand, hand rolled.
Oh. And then you get
the
that
quite unique element of that flex code, being able to actually have something visible on there to
having those numbers on there to go. I like that behaviour shaft.
Because it's all very well saying Freddie needs a
70 gram X.
Yeah, but actually, if within that you can have you can keep weights absolutely the same, but we can give you, because obviously as you tend to go up in stiffness,
more here, we can bend more here.
It gets heavier.
Yeah.
We can give you a like X flex in a 40 gram, all the way down to a ladies flex in a 40 gram, all in the same shaft, which is incredibly unique. No one else is doing that.
No one else is giving that flexibility.
So you want someone in something stiffer, but you need them to have something lighter, or vice versa. We can accommodate that, no problem.
I like that. I already knew I liked this shaft.
Good, isn't it?
Is it better than the Mizu? About the same?
Similar, isn't it?
Yeah, 316. Nice shape, but definitely better off.
Good numbers, mate.
Yeah. Peak height's down. Ooh. And I don't want it up at 130 feet.
No.
Not that the Mizu was doing that. I think it was Just above 100?
Yeah, it was just north of 100, wasn't it?
Yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't think that was going to turn. I was about to go, ooh.
Solid shaft, mate.
Yeah, I really like it. Launch is lower, spins lower, peak height's lower than the Mizu. It's just got a bit more turn on it. Same sort of ball speed. I didn't know if that open face would mitigate that a little bit. Go on, let's get on top of one. Nah, it definitely turns more. Mizu. I like the feel of this. I've just got to work too hard to work it back. That's worth a trying it.
That Mizu's lovely, mate.
Right, Mizu 10.5 lower, 10 front, 4 back. Just grip choice really after that, innit?